What's up, guys? I'm going to do another Extras channel video, and this time I'm going to be talking about Infinite Warfare. I don't have any news or anything, but in this video I just kind of wanted to talk about Infinite Warfare as a new game and Infinity Ward. And as you can see by the title, I kind of feel bad for Infinity Ward on this one, and I'm going to explain why. But I really think that Infinity Ward has been getting so much hate over the past few years, and it doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. They got so much hate for Call of Duty Ghosts, and now with their brand new title, Infinite Warfare, they're getting even more hate for this game. The game hasn't even come out yet or anything. Nobody was really hating on Ghost before that game came out. But here we are with Infinite Warfare, and it's the second most disliked video on YouTube, and it is just the whole gaming community is basically coming together and just hating on this game, and it's pretty ridiculous. I guess the hate bandwagon has just kind of died down a bit lately. It was really prevalent last month when the trailer first went live and the Battlefield 1 trailer was released. But like I said, I feel bad for Infinity Ward because with Call of Duty Ghosts, they wanted to keep doing what the Call of Duty formula was doing. So they wanted the same boots on the ground gameplay, the same Call of Duty kill streaks, perks, and guns and stuff as they always do. And a lot of people really didn't like that because they wanted something new. They wanted something different because this was the 10th Call of Duty where it's the same thing. You get kill streaks and you just run around and shoot people, the same game modes: domination, team deathmatch, kill confirm, search and destroy, whatever. So people are sick of that, and people really just did not like that. And then once Advanced Warfare was revealed, people were like, oh my goodness, this is going to be the greatest game ever. Sledgehammer Games is doing something different for Call of Duty, and that Call of Duty is not going to be just the same old thing year after year. They're actually changing it up and changing the formula. And then once Advanced Warfare came out, people are like, yeah, I really hate this game. I really do not like this jetpacks and jump packs and flying all around and stuff, wall running. And actually Advanced Warfare didn't have wall running, but people really didn't like it. And then when Black Ops 3 was revealed that it was going to be a futuristic game, people were like, oh, I hate this. And then when people found out that there was exosuit type dealios in Black Ops 3 and that there was going to be wall running, people just lost their freaking mind. And even still, people do not like this game, and people were before Infinite Warfare was revealed, people were like, oh, please be a Ghost 2. I want it to go back to boots on the ground. Everyone's like, I want boots on the ground. I don't want jetpacks or wall running or any of this stuff. And then Infinity Ward didn't really have a choice. And then once they reveal their game, and it's even farther into the future than Black Ops 3, people were like, oh no, we're screwed again. And like I said, I feel bad for Infinity Ward because they can't do anything about it right now. They literally cannot do a single thing about it. And also, I think this decision for this game to be super futuristic was from Activision, because Activision has they're the ones pulling all the triggers and ones working all the strings behind the scenes with Call of Duty, and with the publishers and the developers. They're the ones that really control everything, and the developers just kind of have to do what Activision says. And yeah, so during Ghost and after Ghost, people were like, I want something different. I do not like this boots on the ground. Ghost is such a boring game. It's a snooze. It's the same thing that we've always had. It's just such a dull and boring game. And so Infinity Ward, you can't just change a game once it's already out like that. They couldn't really do anything to make the game more fun. I guess they kind of tried with the DLC packs. They tried to make it more fun with the Predator and the Mariachi guy and all these other silly things. And they tried to make the game more fun, but it didn't really work out that way. And so they were like, well, okay, we have to make our next game not boring. We have to make it fun, and we have to make it just something different, because that's one of the major complaints that Call of Duty Ghosts had, was that it was just so boring and that it didn't really bring anything new to the table, and there was just the same old thing they already had. So they're like, okay. And Activision was probably like, okay, well, look at all these futuristic shooters that are going to be doing well. They were like, oh, check it out, Titanfall is gonna be this really good game. And before Titanfall came out, everybody was like, oh man, Titanfall is gonna be the Call of Duty killer. It's the people behind Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty 4, and they're gonna just absolutely destroy Call of Duty Ghosts. And then Titanfall dropped off fast, but I think Activision just kind of ignored that drop off. They just figured, well, if it's a Call of Duty game, it won't drop off like that. Like, we can take what Titanfall did, and if we do it, then people will love it, because people are just so loyal to the Call of Duty brand that they'll buy up anything Call of Duty, and that they'll play it like the whole year round. So Activision was like, oh, cool. And then Activision also probably saw the success of Destiny as a futuristic first-person shooter game, and they're like, oh man, people really like this game, and so they're like, well, we might as well make Call of Duty go that way. And so there's been so many futuristic shooter games that, and then they also had Advanced Warfare, and to be completely honest, before Advanced Warfare came out, people were super hyped and pumped about that game. So Activision was like, oh cool, people are really liking this futuristic stuff, and so they relayed that to Treyarch and to Infinity Ward, and so like, oh man, people are really pumped about this futuristic stuff, so you guys have to do it too. So, Advanced Warfare is going to be a huge success, and that's a futuristic game. After Advanced Warfare will be Black Ops 3, that's Treyarch. You guys are going to have a futuristic game, that's going to be a huge success. And then Infinity Ward, you guys are going to be after Treyarch, and you guys are making a futuristic game too, and that's going to be awesome too. But I don't think Activision realized, until it was too late, until they've already, told these developers, and the developers have spent months and months and even like years planning and developing these futuristic games, that people really don't like this futuristic stuff. That, at least with Infinity Ward, during Advanced Warfare's life cycle, they could at least see from the community that people really didn't like this futuristic stuff. So it's not like it's a, total shock right now that people didn't like this futuristic stuff. I mean, people really didn't even like it like last year. Starting around December of 2014, people really didn't like it, and so that's would have given Infinity Ward plenty of time to make some drastic changes. But at the same time, they had already put in like almost a year into the development of Infinite Warfare, so I don't think there was much that they could do. But still, they had over a year to change, stuff about it, like a year and a half to change things, and they didn't. So I guess I don't feel too bad for Infinity Ward on that one. But at the same time, like I said, I feel bad that they've just been kind of getting crapped on lately. Like, they didn't really have a choice in what game to make. Activision is the one, like I said, pulling all the strings and saying, okay, you guys have to make a futuristic Call of Duty game. And they're like, okay, sure. And then, once they saw all the hate that Advanced Warfare was getting, they're like, oh crap, maybe we screwed up. And then with Black Ops 3, people were like, I really don't like this game. I want boots on the ground next year. And they're like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. And then, I guess they kind of tried, and they tried to hide it, at least in the reveal trailer. But at the same time, I guess they didn't want to lie, flat out to our faces. So they did include a little bit where a guy was like boost jumping over a box thing. And so they tried to hide it at least and say like, okay, cool, our game's, gonna be boots on the ground and stuff. So, you aren't gonna hate us too much, but it's still future, so, But then, the community's just like, they caught on and they saw that portion where the guy like freaking jetpacked over that box, and they just absolutely blew up. And I think it's just kind of unfortunate that Infinity Ward really can't do anything about it now. The next time Infinity Ward would be able to do anything, I guess, quote unquote, right, would be in 2019, if Call of Duty even lives until then. And yeah, that's kind of depressing. But at the same time, Infinity Ward, there's just been so many people there that have quit and that have just like left because of all the hate that Ghost got. Like, after Ghosts, so many people left. Like, Mark Rubin just left, and I think it was like less than a year ago or something, or even just a few months ago, one of the main guys behind Respawn, working on Titanfall, like the lead, I think he even worked on Call of Duty 4. He came back to Infinity Ward for like a month, and then he ended up leaving. Like, he was the head multiplayer guy at Infinity Ward when he came back, and then he like left again. And so there's just been so much hate behind it, and that people are really just like, oh man. And it kind of shows that even the developers aren't really holding out very well, that so many of them are leaving the project, and leaving the studio because they're like, I really just can't do this. I can't, be developing a game that everybody hates, and that, even them, they probably didn't have a choice to make this game. They just had to do it. That's what Activision said. Activision said, you guys have to make a futuristic Call of Duty game, and they, can't really do anything about it. Whereas with a lot of other studios, the publishers give them like complete control over the projects and just tell them that, okay, just use whatever creative control you want, and you guys can just do whatever you want, and we'll just give you the the financial backing for it, and then we'll finance this project, but you just you have to create it, and you have to be passionate about it, and do something very creative with this game. Whereas I feel like Activision is just telling them, you have to do this, you have to do that, and not really giving them any freedom for any creativity or anything. And I think that's why a lot of Treyarch has been staying together, is because even though like their main projects they probably can't really do anything about, they can pack their game with so much fun and stuff that they're passionate about, like especially with zombies. They can pack it as full of fun stuff and Easter eggs as much as they want, because Activision can't really do anything about that. But I just think that Activision is really screwing the franchise right now. They've been screwing it for a long time, and it's just kind of right now when they're beginning to see it. And I really don't think that Infinity Ward deserves all this, because like I said, I don't think that they're the ones making these decisions, that it's Activision who's really doing it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.